Let's talk about the Fire Knight. More specifically, let's talk about Fire Knight 20. The Fire Knight Turn Attack tournament just kicked off, and we got some really nice rewards in here, along with some web points for the Titan event that's going on right now. So of course the question is, how can we beat Fire Knight in as few turns as possible? That's what we're going to be discussing here today. I'm going to talk about my team, break it down, show you guys how it runs. But of course guys, if you want to download Raid, scan that QR code, or there's a link down there in the description. You can play alongside me. Fire Knight 20 is a very important thing to get to in Raid Shadow Legends, and it's a really nice milestone, especially if you want to work on these events. So let's start off here by showing you how the team runs. And the main thing with this team, and I haven't advanced my Fire Knight too hard yet, and I probably could, I just haven't really put any effort into it because my Fire Knight 20 is so good. So we have a lot of stuff in here just to clear these waves. The main thing to deal with the waves is Seer. Seer is just an absolute wave beast. Look at that, just taking down waves. But we also have Stag Knight in here, and he's very important because he has a defense down, but not only that, he has a decreased speed on his A1. And then we have Landra, who's actually going to have a lot of turn meter control, along with the Cold Hearts. We're going to deal out massive damage and also have turn meter control as well. Excuse me for the cut there, had a little coughing fit. We're all good. So the Fire Knight is going to put up his shield, and you see the number up there on his shield. That's how many times you have to hit him for him to open up. And then when he takes a turn, he's going to shield back up. And that's why the Cold Hearts are really nice, because they hit 3 times at once with their initial ability. But then we have Landra with the exhaustion. It's going to take his turn meter all the way down, and then the Cold Hearts with their Heart Seeker arrows are going to take that turn meter down as well, with dealing out massive damage. So once we open up that shield, he never gets another turn off. This runs really fast. It's very consistent. I'll show you the builds on everything here, but this is how I'm going to beat this tournament really quickly. So let's go take a look at these champions. I don't think these are really built like crazy or anything. We do have some perfect souls on them, but like there's nothing overly insane as far as these builds go. I feel like these are very manageable builds. So Landra, again, we want that turn meter control. On the A3, we have the increased speed on all allies, and also decreases the turn meter of enemies along with filling our turn meter. But the big one here is that exhaustion. It's going to fully deplete that target's turn meter, and that is huge. The A1, not really important here. And she's built for speed, but not my best speed gear. I haven't messed with my Landra literally in years. I mean, we did upgrade her to a perception rare set, but look at this, five-star speed sets in here. We got 5-star on the banner, like nothing overly OP in here. Looking at the stats, she goes, what, 274? I feel like 274 is a very manageable speed. Now, this team's not like speed tuned or anything like this. This is literally my Fire Knight 20 team from like 3 years ago. We do have a little bit of accuracy on her so she can land stuff, but we really just want her going quick and helping control that turn meter. Just a quick look at masteries here, just a really kind of defensive build on the masteries. Nothing special, nothing crazy there, pretty straightforward. Now, our big damage dealers in this team are the Cold Hearts. We run 2 of them. I have one at 4-star, and I have one at 3-star. Actually, I have another one at 2-star. But these Cold Hearts deal nice damage, and Cold Heart is such a nice champion to build, because if we take a look at her skills, it's that A3 we really want to focus on. Also, we can book them with rare books, which is really nice. This A3 is really nice because it decreases the turn meter by 100%. Perfect for Fire Knight. We don't want Fire Knight going again and putting that shield up, but to get through that shield, oh, it's 4 times here on the flurry of arrows. I think I said 3 before. So we're going to break through that shield really quickly with our Cold Hearts, but then we're going to control that turn meter with our Landra and the Heart Seekers. But also, what's really key here, has a 30% extra chance of inflicting a critical hit. That means we only have to build her to 70% on the crit rate. So you can really focus, like if I wanted to really rebuild, I could probably push this easily 350 on the crit damage. But I mean, like I said, this team works, why mess with it? We do have almost 5k on the attack. They're not very fast. The Cold Hearts aren't very fast, less than 200 speed. Again, like with the Landra controlling things, it's really nice. I got them in attack, kind of like just a little mismatch hodgepodge set here. Nothing like OP. Like, I feel like these builds are all very manageable. On the other Cold Heart here, again, same thing. We got crit damage set. This one's, I think, a little bit beefier. Yeah, 5k and then 333% on the crit damage. Again, 164 on the speed. Not very fast because we don't need the speed. We're all about worrying about just getting those Heart Seekers and hitting really hard. Masteries are looking like this on both of them, I believe. Yeah, that's actually, wait, we have one in Giant Slayer. I don't know. I haven't messed with them in a long time, guys. If it works, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to mess with it. We probably could redo the masteries, but again, you saw the team works. We got through in a minute 10. Why mess with it? Now for the waves, we have one of the best wave clears in the whole game, Seer. She's gonna go through, and that skill that she has, man, it's gonna remove all the buffs from the allies and then attack the enemies, and just the damage scales based on the number of buffs. If you haven't had a Seer or used a Seer, she's really nice for clearing those waves. The A2 actually helps get some buffs on, increases the crit rate, places the weaken on there, and we don't have her built any crazy, you know, setup here. I mean, she's a pretty nice build, don't get me wrong. Almost 4K on the attack, really nice on the crit damage, 100% on the crit rate, and then we have her only at 187. Don't really need too much accuracy to landing those weakens would be nice, but I'm more focused about getting those damages out. Like, we really want to get that damage out because our other champion, Stag Knight, he's in there with a decreased defense, and that's where we want to focus. So I really like Seer in a lot of dungeons. Like, almost all of my dungeons, I'm running a Seer just because she's so nice. Masteries are looking like this, really solid masteries there. And then as far as skills, I guess I should have checked out the skills for everyone. I got Crushing Rend on her. Let's take a look. Where's my Cold Hearts here? We got Hero Soul on both of the Cold Hearts, which that works out really nicely. And then who else do we look at? Oh, Lysandra. Does Lysandra even have a soul? I don't even think my Lysandra. Oh, yeah, she does. Intimidating Present, which is going to boost that speed that she gives. And then our final champion in this setup is the Stag Knight here. Cruelty on that, but he's really important because on his A2, well, first of all, he has the passive for increasing accuracy, so that's really, really nice, but that's not really important. What we really like with him is attacking all enemies, 70% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense, and then obviously we get that up with the books. It's up to what, 95% chance with the books, and then also a 50% decrease attack debuff. And then on the A1, even better, and this is why I like Stag Knight in a lot of places, is we have that chance to place a decreased speed debuff. Stag Knight is a really underrated champion. There for the longest time, Tayrell was my absolute favorite decreased defense champion. He has a decreased attack also. But man, once Stag Knight came out and I pulled a Stag, or got a Stag Knight, I think it was on the battle pass. We were talking about that the other day. He's just so nice. And this build is not a crazy build. Like you can see, I could probably easily rework my Stag Knight. I probably should rework my Stag Knight because I use him in quite a few places, especially with that decreased speed. But just taking a look at his stats here, it's nothing amazing. You know, this is a really easy build to get to. We got defense in their HP, like 400 on the accuracy. Masteries are pretty straightforward. So this is the team. Like I said, the whole point of this team is to get through the Fire Knight without the Fire Knight taking a turn. So again, we go through here with the waves, and we could probably, like I said, we could probably rebuild Seer. We could probably rebuild Stag Knight. But it works, man. Why put the silver into it if it works? I have a lot of other champions I want to build. Some of those Legos we pulled in the past couple weeks here, which we'll be building those soon on the channel. I'm just kind of getting them leveled up and getting them ready for builds. So look forward to that. Make sure you subscribe. Come back for more info. But with this Fire Knight tournament kind of kicking off, I wanted to cover Fire Knight just a little bit for you guys here because it literally just started. I'm going to get this video out really quick for you guys to talk about it. So look, working right through here. 4 hits there with the both Cold Hearts, opens him right up, and then again, he's never taking a turn. He's never taking a turn. Seer even decreases his turn meter there, and once we get to those Cold Hearts smacking, he doesn't stand a chance. The exhaustion hits. Yeah, Fire Knight's going down. I kind of want to work my Fire Knight up to hard, but man, there's something just so satisfying about the way that this one runs. Yeah, I'm kind of content with it. Also, we got Savage on boost here for Savage sets, so you're what, 3 times more likely to get Savage, which I could definitely use more Savage. Fire Knight it's one of those dungeons, like when you get to it, it's a tough one to get through. But once you get it down, there's some really nice sets in here. Some really nice sets. I mean, like, I really want some regen set. I know regen was on boost, I think, last time. But Savage, regen, even stun gets used, crit damage. Like, a lot of these sets are very usable. So I definitely recommend, if you can, run out the Fire Knight while it's boosted for Savage. Make sure we get the 3 times boost here on Savage. Yeah, for 2 days, 3 times boost on Savage. I'm going to be putting all the energy I can into it because we definitely have some more champions to build. Let's take a look at those champions while we're here. Who are we getting ready to build in a future episode, so you guys know what's coming down the pipeline. I need to build my White Queen. You guys got White Queen? Well, I guess she's technically got gear on her, but I don't even know. I don't even remember building her. But the one I'm really looking forward to building is Stultus here. Stultus Dragonbane. I gotta get him leveled up a little bit more here. 12 more levels. Mountain King's kind of an OG. Gofford, not so much there. Kira, but not really worried about them. But Tyrant, I want to get built up. I've heard some really positive things about Tyrant, so I think Tyrant and Solstice here are going to be the two guides coming probably next weekish or so. We did even get a perfect soul for Tyrant, so that's something to keep your eyes on in the coming weeks and stuff. Let me know if there's anything you guys want covered. We do have some sacreds also when we get a nice sacred event coming back. Like, we got some stuff going. I wish, man, I'm really tempted to put some in for the extra legendary, but none of the packs just really kind of caught my fancy for the ancients, unfortunately. Like, I was hoping for a really nice, like, almost 1-to-1 ancient pack, like $1 to 1 shard, and just didn't really get that. So I think we're going to end up passing on that. Make sure you got your champions and your guardian ring. We're going to call it a day there. Again, guys, don't forget to download Raid if you haven't done so already. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.